Yeah, so this is a fantastic little shell hack by Cartesius. If you're looking to get into shell stuff, if you want to be playing hacks like Thumb Shredder or Sheffy World 2, you'll see coming up, or if you want to be the first person to beat all of the various dragons, then this is the place to start. It's an essential shell hack. Anybody who's into shells will absolutely want to play this hack at some point. And it's a hard hack, but the sections are so short that it's forgiving enough that it's really approachable at any skill level, really. So, yeah, should we get this going then?
Yeah, you guys, everybody looks good. You guys all ready to roll? Can count it down?
We're feeling good.
Would you like me to count it down? Because you guys are...
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
All right, are you ready?
Are we just starting from one player?
All right.
Yes.
I'll on go. 3, 2, 1, go!
Whew. This is all the lore in the game. If you're worried about the lore, this is it.
Yeah, so shell jumps are really
a shell hack, yes.
Yeah.
So most of the levels you'll see here involve constant danger. If you're wondering how are they staying alive, they're by doing the one thing that they're doing. That's how they stay alive. Munchers everywhere, constant death and danger, and a whole heck of a lot of shell tricks. Off the wall shell jumps, turnbacks, and just about everything you can think of. These players will have to be bouncing through as they make their way through this.
Yeah, so one thing you'll notice is the shells have a bunch of different colors, and I've never really seen any other hacks do this, but the colors actually mean something. So just depending on the color of the shell, it'll tell you kind of what to do with it. So you'll see these blue shells, for example, you want to kick them without actually grabbing them. The yellow shells, those are just a standard shell jump. Red shell, you'll be throwing into a bucket, or it'll get thrown into a bucket. And occasionally you'll see a green shell. Those are a double bounce.
I actually played this game, and I never noticed that the shells were coded that way.
Yeah, it's in the README, which not many people read.
And if you go to the Yoshi house at the beginning, it's like, hey, just read the README.
Yeah.
We have $33.01 from Darkanus. Good luck to all the race participants. May Mario, the Jumpman, be always in your favor.
So that was right there. That's the only significant skip in the run. Other than that, it's pretty much mostly intended strats.
Yeah, very cool skip. There's so many different tricks going on. You're seeing the off-the-wall shell jumps, and you're also seeing these sort of little nudge shell jumps that Illustrious is going to do a couple, where the shell is sitting on a 1F0, and you nudge it towards the wall without actually grabbing it, and it sort of rebounds and goes below you, and you can get a jump off of that.
I'll do some if I get there. For some reason, in the last couple days of practicing this has become my choke point level.
Yeah, shell hacks are just intrinsically very, I'd say, a lot more difficult than maybe a standard platforming hack, because you're always constantly in danger. Where other hacks, if you're just platforming or whatever, you have some moments, you can kind of stand there, get your bearings, look at what's happening, but a lot of shell levels are just constant movement. Nice job hitting the Kaizo block below that where the vine was growing, so the vine wouldn't cover the door up. That was kind of a troll.
Yep. So you'll notice that this might be a little bit of an unfair race. I've beaten Thumb Shredder, I've beaten Thumb Shredder's dad, and I've beaten Shellscape. So that's a lot of really hard shell levels, and I believe
this is my first. Yeah, this is my first shell hack.
Right, and you're only big shell hack. Mm-hmm. You've beaten some shell levels in Sheffy World 1, but you haven't completed that out. But yeah, this is a very unfair race for sure. The main thing with this speedrun is once you get to a high enough level speedrunning this game, what it really comes down to is your movement optimization. You'll see that I'm cutting all my jumps short as much as possible. And in Super Mario World, when you're not holding the jump button, you actually fall faster. So you want to be letting go of jump as much as you possibly can in order to get high enough up on the leaderboard. I'm actually second place by 1 second.
I think
having to minimize slow fall like that can also just make regular shell jumps a lot more tricky because you want to do kind of a low controlled version of that instead of the max height jump, which would waste time.
Right, and there's a lot more things to control for when you're doing that kind of shell jump, so it is a bit harder.
Well, we've got an anonymous $50 donation. Thank you so much. They say best luck to both runners.
I think that's one of the really nice things about this, because it's shorter, kind of, I don't want to say simpler because it's still a shell hack, but shorter, simpler levels, that there's a lot of interesting small movement optimizations. Like, it makes a good speed game because of that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, something I think is really fun in Super Mario World speedrunning is I like to call it micro optimization. Beyond just optimizing tricks and stuff, you've minimized slow fall and undercut jumps and stuff. And that's something that I think hacks, especially shell hacks, can do really well, is you get that really fun micro optimization.
Right, so it really, really adds up in this hack specifically, because your movement optimization matters the most in the air. And then this hack, you spend 99% of the time in the air. So you can shave off like a good 15 seconds.
If you're on the ground at all, you're probably damage boosting.
Without any strats or anything. So it really adds up.
So let's talk about this last level a little bit. This is another motor skills, and you're going to be doing shell jumps as well as using motor skills, so sometimes they'll have to switch between regular and spin jump in the air. This level, I think, is the toughest in the game.
So it's the toughest for your first playthrough, but actually, during the speed run, the one-screen level, the castle before this, is the biggest choke point for sure. Might not seem like it, but everybody dies a lot there, and nobody's really sure why.
Really nice control getting some of these, like, spin and then get the shell jump. But if you're spinning when you throw the shell off the wall and you spin when you touch it, you'll just poof it. So they actually have to switch to spin and then switch back to regular real quick so they don't just destroy the shell they're trying to jump on.
Right, and you have to do all that without letting go of the run button, or you'll just throw the shell.
It's one of the fun parts of that level, is trying to do the swaps without losing your shell.
Yes, the thumb shredder boss. So you're pressing R to spawn shells. TJB, you should have no trouble with this one.
Right, and it's actually, once you know what to do, it's really just a matter of not using the run button at all. And if you're just neutraling that run button and you're just pressing R to spawn the shells, they'll automatically kick for you. So this is a real easy mode boss. So that's time. 7:48 looks like.
That's a good one. Run
nice
for a marathon.
Yeah.
Nice fun.
I'm
Illustrious, you've got plenty of time. Just keep on trucking,
Right.
my friend.
Yeah. Doing a great job.
I got stuck for some reason in the second level, like I have been recently, but hopefully from here on out it should be pretty chill.
Yeah, so this is a really brutal speedrun. There are a lot of things that can go wrong in all kinds of ways. And just being able to pull off a single run. I haven't been able to pull off a deathless run. I've been running this for quite a while. So it's a real challenging speedrun.
I've heard the creator of this hack, Cartesius, actually, I had gotten to play another one that they were working on called Project Panasis, which was really, really cool. And I wonder if we'll ever see a full version of that anytime. If you guys haven't checked that out or got to test it, it is like really creative.
Hadn't even heard of it until right now.
Project Panosis. Hopefully they put it out. I haven't seen any of it work for a little while, but would really love to see another creation. Yo, we have got a massive donation. Oh my gosh, Special Circumstances with the $250 donation. Get some hype in chat. Black Friday sale on donations. Good luck, runners. Thank you so much. Special Circumstances. We are smashing. We are absolutely, I mean, just destroying the goal. We set a $500 goal for this event, guys. And we literally broke that before we started the first run. We are at $1,953.01 of medical medicine for direct relief, the best charity in the hemisphere.
You want to talk about these blue shells, TJB?
Oh, yeah. So we lovingly refer to this level as Ultra Jank because if you're falling at full speed and you kick one of those blue shells, then it actually has a small chance, like I'm thinking about 15-20% chance they'll just kill you. So you
Even
just
if you do
saw
it
right there. You have absolutely no control over it. You just die. And yeah, so you have to deal with that. Even if you're doing perfectly, you can lose a run to that, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a subpixel thing because you interact with the shells every other frame. If you go to do one of those nudges and you get the unfortunate low frame, you'll contact the shell in such a way that the angle of rebound will just not be able to get a jump off of.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why when you're designing shell levels, you got to kind of be careful about using those nudges and kind of always position them in such a way that you can avoid having that little subpixel thing.
Right, and there is a patch. If you apply the sprite interaction frame rule patch, then that just, it's not a problem anymore.
Which is, that's it checking that collision every frame instead of every other frame, right?
Yep.
Is that how that,
Yeah, when we refer to frame rule in Mario World, what we're usually referring to is the fact that Mario interacts with sprites every other frame, and so you could either get the good frame or the not good frame, depending on literal random chaos and cosmic rays shooting through the universe into your console.
That ain't it.
So not only is Ultra Jank kind of janky level, where it can just kill you for no reason, it's also one of the hardest levels in the entire hack. So
yeah, it's certainly up there. Which can get it can get a little frustrating, especially in practice, if you're doing one of the harder levels really well and then die to something like that. But you kind of get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another interesting thing about those nudges is, in order to nudge the shell off the 1F0, you can't be holding grab. So you want to hold Y to move quickly, but then you want to let go real quickly so you don't grab the shell and then repress it again. And getting that slight timing can be difficult as well. Oh gosh, I can't believe I missed this. My apologies. Undead Blackbird did donate $10. Let's go, Nox Daddy. Good luck, everyone. Thank you so much. Sorry for missing that. It must have slipped by me there. And Darkanus again with 420 boost for the Mothman.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, this is my probably worst run in quite a while, but I think that's just marathons for you, right?
Yeah. And we did have a really high estimate compared to what you've been getting in practice these past the past week or two.
I got a new PB last night of 813, which is obviously I'm quite a bit over now. But
yeah, and that really goes to show how this run can just be all over the place. You can be super good at the game and then just die 100 times in a run all of a sudden.
Yeah, for what it's worth, we're fine on time. We have you guys 15 minutes when I made the schedule, I was thinking about things like this. I know Kaizo. I would be shocked if we even saw a deathless run today. So no worries on that. Just play your heart out, homie.
There we go. That up throw of the P switch, I think casually is one of the hardest tricks in like when you're first playing through. Figuring out how to get that and then a shell jump right away can be really difficult when you're first learning it.
Yeah, so the trick there is to throw the P switch up exactly the same moment that you're landing on that little Koopa.
I think TJB is no stranger to having issues up throwing P switches these days.
Yeah.
Somehow I feel responsible.
I spent about 20 hours in Thumb Shredder's dad dying to P switch up throw, so I very much regret not accepting that practice version of the ROM.
Hey, you said I want to be the first one to beat it without using cheats, and I was like, oh, I see. Cheats. No, you did though. I feel personally called out on that.
Yeah, kind of like a practice door you'll see in Super Mario Maker 2. So it is pretty standard, but just not in Super Mario World quite yet.
Usually that room, like the Yoshi room, is the worst for me in this castle. Something about the freeze Yoshi does when he activates, just like managing your momentum after the freeze when you're in midair like that can be really obnoxious.
Always love the drop kill with the shell. Dropping shells to kill stuff is just always cool because you get to keep your shell. I love that drop kill on the thwomp there.
Hey, there we go.
Orb. Nice orb.
One more to go. I've only one-shot this level once, and it was last night. So we'll see how it goes.
Who knows?
Yeah, it could happen. This is by far my favorite level in the hack. I don't know why. I just adore the combination of motor skills and shells. It's weird, but I really appreciate that there isn't the spin patch applied. So you do have to think about, like, one of the uses of motor skills is swapping back to a regular jump to do the throw properly. I really like that.
Yeah, for those that don't know, the spin patch, the direction that when you're spinning, the direction that you're going to throw something, whether you're facing left or right, I believe it changes every frame. And the spin patch is a patch that gets applied to a lot of hacks that fixes that directional issue so that you always throw, when you're spinning, you'll always throw in the direction that you're pointing. It's every 4 frames. I was off by 2, but I still won the grand prize. That's right, a one-way first-class ticket to Albuquerque. Come on, you know the joke.
That was a really good run at the final.
Yeah, the final castle, that was probably the best level I had today, which is nice. And like you have to work kind of hard to die to this boo fight. Like once you've actually started running this game.
Yeah.
The combination of like spawning shells whenever you want, as well as the cape, means you should be able to. I missed. Huh.
I'm just personally happy that the whole idea of you have something that you can spawn repeatedly by pressing R has just now been called Shredder. Like whatever that is, just, Saw Shredder, whatever Shredder. I'm personally quite happy about that.
And there we go.
Nice. GG.
It could have gone worse, honestly.
Yeah.
Excellent job, guys. No, that was great. That was great. Excellent run.
That's still underestimate, isn't it?
Yeah, we're totally underestimate. We're trucking along just fine. Literally everyone has been inside the schedule taste. I'm very proud of all you speedsters for speeding real good. If you guys have any shout outs or anything, please feel free. Let us know where we can follow you on Twitch, what you do, that kind of thing. And we will be getting ready for our next run here in a little bit.
Do you wanna go first on that, TJB?
Yeah, sure. This hack holds a really special place in my heart as like one of the things that really got me into shell stuff. So it's really great to be able to play this, and just a great thing to be a part of the community like this. It's one of the best communities I've ever been in. So I appreciate all of you. So shout out to you guys. And yeah, shout out. I have a Twitch, tjb0607. And shout out to my girlfriend as well. I love you, Jackie.
I just want to briefly shout out all the people in chat who are explaining how to spell my name. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it is 3 I's.
I want to kind of reiterate shouting out just the Mario community in general on this. I'm pretty new to Kaizo. I just started this year. So did you, TJB, right? And I've never been in a community that's, while competing for times and things like that, is so invested in each other's improvement, which I've never seen something like that, and I really appreciate. Getting into Kaizo this year has been so easy because of all of the people who are so, invested in each other getting better. I want to give a shout out to Shavda especially, for I would not have gotten into Kaizo without her constantly answering Kaizo questions for me. And also to Glitchcat for helping us out on the commentary here. I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you guys so much for a fantastic run. Stick around in chat because we have got tons more Hack Attack action coming at you.